Alrighty, y'all. Good morning. 7:30. We're heading out to go load a couple trucks. We got 2 to 3 loads left in the grain bin out here, and then we'll move to the second one. Excuse me. This is my 50/50, but we have Steve and Chuck hauling it down to the Grange. This is all corn. Anyways, we're heading out here. We're gonna go finish cleaning out the floor, and Steve's already on his way out here. He's actually ahead of me, so hopefully he doesn't get started before me, or else I have to play catch up. But busy day today. We're gonna see what we can get done. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow, unfortunately, so it's not looking like we're gonna get any of the March planted beans done. But we'll see. People were working ground yesterday, and I know people are gonna be doing anhydrous today, and work more ground probably. So maybe we'll go check some fields later on. I don't know. I doubt I can get everything done at all today and be planting by the end of the night. But granted, I was only going to plant 15 acres of March planted beans, or 30. Yeah, probably more than that, 30 to 60, and see what happens. But it's hard to do that in front of a rain. And then I think there's another chance of snow. But I don't know. We're heading out. We're gonna go get this bin cleaned up, and then, yeah, we should see you back at the house. We got a lot of projects going on, a lot more to do. We gotta do this behind every grain bin we clean out. You always want to be careful though, because that thing keeps spinning, and it does come back. It has give due to the pile. So you gotta keep shoveling up behind it so the floor stays clean until you run out. This is all we got left right here. Then we're gonna get moved over to the next bin. Hopefully it has a little bit more in it. That's what we have to do. We gotta keep scooping all that. So our power guy showed up. We've been working on the old 335. Had to take the back doors off to get to the soil ring. I'll show you guys a little bit of that. This is what yesterday's disaster was. You know, somewhere in that. Dad's getting her fixed. All right, we're back in the afternoon. I went out and loaded some trucks. It's a little dark in here. Back in the shop. Got the planter out. So I told you guys the other day I treated some soybeans with our treater, with the box-to-box treater. What do you guys think? I think they turned out pretty good. They're fully coated, so we were pretty pleased with that. We are running a blended treatment. Hopefully is going to protect us through the season. And it's got some fungicide and insecticide in it. You know, your normal stuff. Just switching up a little bit, trying to do it ourselves. See what happens. Got the planter finally fixed. So the solenoid, two or three of the bolts that hold a solenoid on the block snapped off somehow while it was sitting in the barn. And so we had to replace those. Got it fixed, and now I can finally get it unfolded. I already went through. I changed all these gauge wheels. I flipped all the gauge wheels from side to side because they have wear on them. On the back side of the arms, basically I flipped them over as well. So we're starting a new side on those. And then, of course, my tire is basically flat, so got to get some air in that. Yet, I don't think we're going to put on any liquid this year. I've done trials the past couple of years, and it's not showing like a return on her. That's a lot of money to just be wasting. I'm not saying we're going to give up on it, but we're going to give up on it this year at least. But that said, I did order 1 tote of liquid, which is 250 gallon, and I'm going to run some P-Max in with it, which is just supposed to help the roots absorb better. And we're going to see if there's a return on that little bit of liquid I'm going to try. I'm going to try it on some hills instead of flat ground. If I can prove that there's a return on hills and there's not on our best dirt, then we know what the benefit is. It helps it on the tougher dirt. It doesn't show us a return on the better stuff, which is fine. We just need to find out where it's at and if there's enough of a return to justify spending the extra money to do it. So that's where we're at this year. So we don't want to replace all them knives, even though we probably need to. If the liquid's not going to pan out, we're not going to keep, wasting money to do it. So we're going to do that little trial this year on some hills, which would be about maybe 150 acres, 100 probably. And we're going to see what happens here. Last step of this planter, as long as everything keeps running correctly, is just got to hurry up and grease it. And then my camera cord so I can see behind, 'cause I can't see anymore because of the big tank in the middle. And my cord here has gotten abused by, I'm assuming, a cow when it was in the barn. And it's not in any good shape anymore. So I got to get that fixed. So I got to do it in the shop. We're going to hurry up, knock this out. As long as everything runs, the belts spin, this planter's ready to go. I did put bean bowls in it. We're going to try to plant some March planted soybeans with this, 50 acres worth maybe. Of course, we are running out of days left in March. It's nice today. It's not bad. Sun hasn't been out. It's been a little windy. It's drying the fields out. Fields are very close on some of them, at least. But it is just not there yet. And they're calling for rain again tomorrow, and they're also calling for a little bit of snow again. Mind you, it is 60 at least out right now, and it has been for a while. But that's where we're at. And we did get the duals back on that tractor. That leak is fixed, so we're all good to go on there. So I'm gonna knock this camera cord out real quick on this planter, and I'll give you an update whenever we get that done. H2O, you can't beat it. Okay, so I just got the camera cord switched. Old one was, it was junk. Broke off again. And I got air in that. So now time to go check the cab, make sure the camera's on, and we'll grease this puppy real quick. One of my seed tubes got crushed somehow when I folded or unfolded, either today or the last time when I put this planter up. So that's gonna have to be addressed. I'm either gonna have to get a new seed tube, which we have a spare of, and get that reran, unless Dad thinks we can smush it back to its original way and be fine. That is a him question. Sometimes with them seed tubes, you get or seed delivery tubes, you get so much flow going through those hoses that if there's the tiniest pinch, it'll throw your whole rate off. So that being said, it might be easier to replace it. He'll make that decision. I'm gonna get this thing greased, and maybe I'll take it out here to the hillside and crank everything on and make sure everything runs okay. And that setup should be okay to go whenever it's ready. So I'm gonna go get me a grease gun, grease this puppy up. Alright, well, I know I said I'd get this thing greased, but something came up, so now we're gonna get it greased. We might be able to get this thing out of the way. So on this planter here, you have 1, 2 grease zerks on every row unit. Should be one on that block pivot right there. Same thing with every wheel. Basically, each row unit gets it, and then the cylinders get it, and there's a cylinder and a pivot point on the planter up towards the tractor. That's it. Then you're done. Let's see here. Let's get old Trusty out. And put that like so. A little easier one-handed or two-handed. It's all right though. Of course, it hardly takes anything. That one's done. Sometimes you gotta come over here and sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You can move them up and down to get it to flow right. But you guys, I think, get the gist of the whole thing here, and there's nothing to it. Probably the simplest, easiest job to do on the farm. But yet, you ever noticed, most of the time, this stuff goes undone. We don't do it, and I'm sure everybody's guilty of it. Everybody does it when they're prepping, kind of like what I'm doing now. And we've gotten better, but you tend to forget. You tend to forget because you have tons of other stuff you got to do, and it's just not good. That said, we're getting her. Oh, she shot out. Easy now. Can't have that happen wrong. So I just got word that we might be having some seed deliveries come in this week. So we're gonna go try to make some room in the old shed over here. I probably should have ran this planter before I greased all of it. It just gets all the rust off the points. Makes it a lot easier for everybody, including myself. So that's where we're at now. Finish this greasing up, put a little hydraulic on the tractor from that hydraulic that have it on the planter the other day. We'll be good to go. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Good afternoon. We are currently in the skiddy. I got the old bins done. I got the corn planter here done, and now the sprayer's up there. Then we gotta get these fat tires put on the old sprayer. So it rained today out on the bin that I was cleaning up on, but it didn't rain down here. But we can't plant beans until the ground gets sprayed due to the residual we're putting down. So that's why we gotta get the old floaters put on, get the sprayer ready, and we'll see what happens. Still gotta go through the bean planters, but yeah, I don't know. That's where we're at right now. I know it's gonna be kind of a cut through video for the day. This is day 2, but yeah, gotta get these tires put on, and then we'll catch you guys probably after. All right, we got up here. Got the fat one on here. Well, and that's what it looks like with that one on. Not drivable. But, we're gonna get all 4 of them put on here and see what happens. Stay tuned. Just want to say thank you all for tuning in to Klocke Farms. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune into the next one. See y'all.